As every year, Marcus Evans organized the CIO Summit in Berlin. CIOs of different companies, mid-size and big-size, came together to discuss important questions. The company New Work Solutions and E.on presented on this summit their transformation in the program New Way of Working. Roland Szmola gives you a small insight into this in the next minutes.
We started first projects, programs, and we felt what is agility feels like. We were starting projects actually, trying to reframe Scrum, Kanban, all these stuff, how people are starting sitting people together and all those things. But what we learned is that if the target, what those people have to do, is not the right target, they can fail faster. But that's the only thing what we win by that. And then we started to refocus ourselves to strategic agility, which in our case means to do the right things right. And what we learned actually in that journey, that it doesn't matter how you do it, if you don't do the right thing, it just doesn't fly. Then we started to look around. Of course, we first found those companies which are really sexy in this area. So we started to find those natural innovator companies like Google, Spotify. We were starting to talk with them. So it was a really good discussion. We learned that we will be never like them. I didn't really feel comfortable, but then I would like to walk you through that what we did, and then you will see that how we evaluate, how we started to do those right steps. So first we thought that okay, the best thing, everything is fine, the company is fine, the structure is fine, only we have to train the people. So then we started with the skill set revolution. And we were focusing in the beginning on the specialists. So we felt that the management is completely okay, mid-management is the best ever, and we have to train the specialists because they are not able to self-organize. Then we started to do that, but it just didn't work out. Then we started to learn, okay, maybe there is some things to learn about the management, in the mid-management and the top management also. Then we started to change their minds also. But after they understood what the concept would look like, then they started to ask questions. Okay, how the hell it will be working with our KPIs, with our audit structure and all the rest. So we started to think about, okay, now we have to make an operative model, which kind of for us is a governance model. So who decide how the decision will be made to secure other people in the situation. We could copy a lot of models. There is a lot of scaled agile models what you can have on the market. Typical is safe, what people used to implement. I'm not so much friendly with those ones because I saw in many implementations in many countries already. And what I see is that if you don't adopt it to yourself, it's good for nothing. It's making a bigger mess than before. And then we realized that, okay, if we have a right structure, then after time, the status quo will be challenged also. Because if we implement a structure where people are supposed to forget about silos, forget about decision levels, forget about ranks, there you get to the situation that people might think that, okay, like, can you fix it, please? I don't want to have this daily discussion with 5 managers that I was deciding wrong or right. So can you fix organizational change also? And it all ended up that we have to fix the culture actually first. So, I mean, everybody who's clever enough would start with this one, and we were not. I don't know, I didn't see many companies actually starting with this one, because it's just not, you cannot touch it right away. You just touch it when you have all those journey, all those problems. And this journey in E.on started in Sweden. They took 5 years to walk through this journey. And then the follower countries, the follower areas, took about 1 year to get on track right away. So it's really fast if you already checked it out in one country at least, so you know your own habits and problems. While we're getting into the operative model, there is quite a lot of sexy stuff that will pop up. Of course, we learn fast because now we are in the culturally cycle. It means that each quarter we decide about each change program. It's not just IT, it's about anything which you want to change. You have to bring in to this governance model and we decide to stop it or to continue or to start it. Of course, we have an agile portfolio management where the board has some kind of a view so that they feel comfortable. We see that where we invest, which directions we would like to go. And let me focus on that one. And if you're interested in any of the other ones, we will be here with Mario, Thomas, in the evening, so we can answer that. The venture capital approach is a really simple approach. In each country where we launch that, everybody can come, everybody can actually listen, and we make all the investment decisions there. So it means whatever rank you have in the company, you come there, you teach, you have 2 slides, you tell why it will be valuable, how far you are in the concepts, what you would like to actually do, what resource you need for it, and what you will bring to the table. There is 10 minutes for questions, and then we're judging it by the 10 minutes, and then we're voting. And everybody can vote to join the meeting. So if 5,000 people is there, then 5,000 people can vote, but usually it's about 50 to 60 people from the business side. And then they vote, and then we have a clear priority. Meaning that if a project gets to priority 10, and another project would like to take resource from that project, which is number, 20, there is no way it will happen in our organization anymore. What we did is that we started to see, okay, there's a particular project, which people are involved in it. And when we understood that those people needs to be in it and they are working together, we started to take away the roadblockers and the management around them so that they are able to move by themselves. And it was really interesting because by these facts, when the management started to see after a few projects, they understood, oh, finally I don't have to act, I understand what's happening there. So they were just cancelling the steering committees, and they were actually allocating responsibility for those people who were driving the projects. And yes, we ended up that we had to do something with our culture. And when we're talking about the culture, again, it's something big balloon and it's fluffy. What we did in this thing is that we started to have new habits, starting to ask new questions when we were reporting about projects, when we were going for management reviews and so on. Because if you just continuously changing the question, where are you at your roadmap, towards to, okay, how confident you are that you will succeed, whatever it means, really whatever it means, it was just better. The performance was going up, the people were taking the responsibility, taking the job by themselves. The problem is that the top management is happy because they got the results and they can focus the company better, so they have a better steering capability of the company. The people are happy because they have more autonomy to do things, what they want to do. But the mid-management who was capable to drive this whole change in the beginning, they were just like lost. All the tools were lost. They didn't know what's their responsibility in it, and they started to step on the brake. So the biggest change in culture was to actually retrain how to be a good mid-manager in this new setup. And to wrap it up and summarize, well, transformation principles were mainly that there was, as the lead of this program, what it was you used to say, we were asking for zero money from the central. So we're saying, okay, we're a community, we have our minds, we're trying to focus on that one. If we cannot convince our local management to whatever step we want to do, we don't do it. So there was no lead that we have to do the entire change. One by one, we had to go to our local management and buy them in. I don't say that we are the most fancy, safe example, because we didn't change the structure in that way. But it just somehow moves, and we only do things which brings value to us.